since 1973. We are at Bill Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we are underway in Buffalo. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Sanders first carry of the game, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Second down, back to Sanders. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat, in every meeting with reporters. This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Going to take a shot for Gallup, and that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field, but if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. On first down, here's Mon. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Bond's going to keep this himself. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Mon looks to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mon going to throw it.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and through by Myers.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Throwing is Wentz. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
First down. First and 10 at the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready? Mike,
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a play fake. Wentz.
Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Steelers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Hassan Reddick, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the first down sack. Mon. And he's got the hook up to Moore. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Here's Mon. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Here we go, D. 53 is the Mike. 53. Check 53. Let's go, D. 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Jones running left. Jones breaking from the contact. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Mon. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
Tackle by Ashton Davis up from the secondary.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
Taking on the midfield logo. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Mon to the air on 1st and 10.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. marker at the 31. It's third down. Now back to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the slants. Watch the slants. Mike 54. Mike.
Wentz going to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
The Bills on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Wentz. That is caught by Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Throwing on first is Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
53. Mike. Here we go. 53 is the Mike. 53. Check 53. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
57.
On play action, Wentz going deep for Diggs. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way down to the 5. A big play here for Buffalo. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. They'll run with Sanders. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. All day, dog.
Once again with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have retaken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Back to the air, Mond. This one swung out here to Jones.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll look to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm here all day. 53 is the mic. 53. Stop your body. 53 is the mic.
They'll run with Sanders. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Bring it. 54, right there. 54 Mike. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Wentz now to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And this one is right through. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive
as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock.
Trying to lay one up deep.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Bills are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw.
A check down here to Jones.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself, right?
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Jerry Tillery just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
53 is the line. Ricky. Check. 53 is the line. Check. 53 is the line.
In his own end zone, it's Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big gain there for the Bills.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Wentz going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Going deep for Diggs. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Steelers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And, Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
On first down, Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
William Jackson with a pick.
And the Bills are going to take over at their own 41.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Play action. Now Wentz. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll find Miller. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the 1st down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Mon now off of play action.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Robert Tunyon
with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Taylor now from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, Plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 41, Wentz. The Sanders has got it, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
On 2nd and 10, Mond. And that is incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. Escaping the pressure right. It's Miller, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. He had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mond looks to throw.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And Myers able to knock it through. And with that, they take the lead here, 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the 22, Wentz. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
I'm here all day. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Wants to run. They're running it.
To throw is Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Off the option, it's Jones. Jones breaking from the contact, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 62 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. Here's Mond. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Bills 17. Jason Myers set to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Let's get out of there. Hey,
what's up? Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Check.
Wentz to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts, so the middle of the field, that should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
To throw is Wentz. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Curtis Weaver in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
53, Mike. I got him. 53.
Back to throw. Wentz. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Mike's by 4. Hey, watch the slant.
Listen. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Come on.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Steelers are close to finishing off this football game. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they will take a knee here. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for the Steelers,
They finish above 500 for the year. The final tally 9-8.
and that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Bills,
They will indeed limp to the finish line, unfortunately, as they close out a 6-11 campaign.
and this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around.